From small, heartfelt projects to big, cozy adventures, 2026 is bringing an amazing range of wholesome games across farming, shop sim, life sim, visual novel, and much more. So let's begin with MAFATE, a cozy exploration adventure game where you play as a mail carrier roaming a remote island region, delivering letters, taking photos, and slowly getting to know a close-knit community through everyday interactions. You travel across handcrafted landscapes of cliffs, trails, and hidden paths, meeting locals with small stories and personal quirks that naturally pull you deeper into island life. Exploration gains a twist through your camera, whose spirit companion Luna can possess animals to reach new areas and solve light puzzles using their abilities, with the bouncing animation of the main character and the almost Mario-like design being quite charming. Danchi Days is a slice-of-life adventure RPG set in a Japanese danchi, where everyday routines, quirky neighbours, and quiet stories come together as you help Hoshino and her grandmother reconnect with their community by reviving a long-forgotten summer festival. You explore neighbourhood streets, meet residents with their own habits and problems, and build friendships through simple interactions, mini-games, and light puzzles that create a gentle rhythm of discovery. Hoshino's journey is both warm and bittersweet as she returns home to care for her grandmother, who lives with dementia, hoping the festival can bring back shared memories and emotion to a place that has grown quiet. Along the way, tools like the in-game Neighbor Net lets you browse their early internet-inspired web pages to learn more about the characters, with a wonderful GBA-looking art style as well. This video is brought to you by The Witch's Bakery, a cozy 2D adventure RPG where you live the everyday life of a cheerful witch who opens her own bakery in modern Paris and uses her magical gifts to heal the hearts of people through the warm comfort of her bread and croissants. You'll spend your daytime managing the bakery, baking goods, serving customers, and learning new recipes as you juggle orders, staff, and your growing reputation, while every interaction offers a chance to connect with someone and make their day a little brighter. After work, in the evening, you explore Paris's iconic districts, meet colourful characters, uncover local stories, and build relationships that shape how people respond to you and what objectives or activities open up. The final phase of the day is nighttime, which are quieter, letting you rest, decorate your bakery, and improve your magic for the next day's challenges. A unique twist allows you to enter a person's heart palace, a magical place shaped by their deepest emotions, where you must guide personifications of emotions back to the heart, finding the key ingredient to make a bread that will heal them. I absolutely love the art style here, of course having Kiki's delivery service vibes but French, so if interested, wishlist the game on Steam. Dragon Shelter is a cozy farming simulation where you rebuild your grandfather's abandoned plot and revive the lost connection between humans and dragons in a colourful fantasy world, starting with tilling the soil and planting seeds before you even meet your first dragon companion. On the farm, you grow crops, cook enchanted meals, and gather materials, all while caring for playful dragons that each have their own personalities and special abilities that will help you walk the land, clear hazards, and uncover new areas or resources as you progress. Villagers who have grown distant begin to open up as your farm becomes a shared space for growth and trust, slowly brightening up the world around you as fields turn green again and community events return. As you nurture relationships with both villagers and dragons, your work shapes how the environment changes. As abandoned ruins become paths to explore, new types of crops emerge and the world feels more alive with every harvest and bond you form, and is just so warm and cozy. Map, a game about maps, is another adventure exploration game where you don't just follow a map. You create it as a cartographer, exploring enchanted islands in search of legendary treasure. Beginning with only a bare outline of an island, you trek through lush environments, uncover hidden ruins, landmarks and clues, then use your sense of direction, distance estimation, and cartography tools to mark those locations accurately on your map, turning exploration itself into a core mechanic rather than a secondary objective. As you chart new terrain, you interact with a cast of unique companions who give you new objectives and reveals more about their personalities and stories, deepening the motivation to chart every corner of each island and to press on to the next. Islands are handcrafted with tight attention to detail, rewarding careful observation and exploration without overwhelming you with the map spam seen in Ubisoft games, having a relaxed, pressure-free pacing that feels more like organic discovery rather than checklist completion, reminding me a little bit of Kato but less of a puzzle game and more 3D exploration. Puni the Florist is a cozy flowers shop simulation where you take over a magical shop and express your creativity by arranging unique bouquets for every customer who walks through the door, turning simple requests into personalized floral art that reflects your taste and style. You'll manage the shop's day-to-day flow, using dozens of different types of flowers, greenery and props to design arrangements and discover the language of flowers through a scrapbook that tracks what each bloom means and how it influences your creations, adding depth beyond basic bouquet crafting. Alongside flower arrangement, you'll meet a quirky cast of townsfolk with their own stories and personalities, forging connections as you help them find the perfect gift or arrangement for their needs. Slowly revealing more about the community around you, the game wraps this creative play in a silly, relatable journey of self-discovery as you learn the arts of floristry with the occasional help from a clueless fairy companion looking light-hearted and charming as well. Capy Castaway reminds me of Blanc, being an exploration adventure with co-op support, in which you control an unlikely duo, Capy, a capybara pup uprooted from home by a massive flood, and Cove, a clever young crow, as they explore a mysterious island full of secrets, colourful environments, and friends to help along the way. After the flood washes Capy ashore, the two must rely on each other's unique abilities in order to progress. Capy can sniff out hidden items, dig, push objects, and interact with the ground, while Covey can reach high places, fly short distances, and assist in traversal, using these to solve environmental puzzles, collect trinkets, and uncover stories about other lost animals. It is whimsical as well, since you can equip a number of hats on the characters with a variety of objectives like running through mud or playing catch, adding to the silliness with themes of connection, family, and belonging. Coffee Talk Tokyo is the latest installment of the narrative visual novel Cafe Simulator, where you play as a barista behind the counter, but this time set in the neon streets of Tokyo, serving drinks and listening to heartfelt confessions from a new cast of customers that includes humans and yokai alike. If you're not familiar, the series reimagines our world with locations like Seattle, but with a fantasy twist, so a mer-person, beer-wolf, and more, with this having a Japanese slant. Each cup you brew becomes a way to shape the tone of conversations, comfort patrons, and to help them tease out the truths behind their hopes, struggles, and everyday lives in a city that blends tradition with modern hustle. As you pour drinks, craft latte art with sprinkle stencils, and listen to chill, lo-fi beats, you will interact with characters like a retired Kappa salary man searching for purpose, a barista's assistant facing inner turmoil, and other unique personalities whose stories interweave across multiple visits. It looks to nail the same vibes as the earlier games, having a gentle pacing and a focus on empathy and listening, and will be for fans of the series as well as newcomers, since this works as a standalone title as well. Another awesome looking adventure exploration game is Humblets, built around open-ended wandering, crafting, social interactions, and simple card-based challenges as you and up to 3 friends explore magical, ever-changing landscapes. You begin each journey by packing your tent and crossing over into a procedurally generated world full of rolling hills, forested areas, and whimsical biomes, where every corner could hide secrets to uncover, new cards to collect, or quirky creatures to befriend in a peaceful setting. Craft items and tools and decorate your portable tent home, placing furniture, plants, and cozy touches, then take it anywhere under the stars, and you can even connect tents with friends to build shared spaces that are uniquely yours. There's a combat system, which is resolved through a collectible card game, in which you're using these to overcome goofy creatures, while I don't think that there's any harsh penalties for losing, since that doesn't seem to be in line with the vibes of the game. Cards can be found while exploring and even upgraded, with plenty of customization options for your Humblet avatar. And you'll even get the opportunity to get your own loyal pet, which is just so adorable, so let's see if they manage to nail the gameplay loop, especially with the procedural generation. The moment Bobo Bay was shown off, immediate comparisons were made to the Chow Garden minigames from the Sonic series, in part due to the design of the creatures here looking like another example of indie developers giving people exactly what they want when the original IP holders refuse to do so. This is a pet simulation title where you explore a charming town and collect, breed, customize and train adorable creatures called Bobos that each develop unique looks, stats and personalities based on how you raise them. Explore the island to find wild Bobos with different body parts, colours and traits, then breed pairs together to create new combinations that might have improved race speed, brawl prowesses or just look hilariously absurd, with thousands of visual and stat possibilities to discover. Competitions are at the heart of the game, where you are entering Bobos into scheduled relay races full of obstacles, balance beams and tricky terrain, or testing them in creative brawl modes where simple mechanics like punch, kick and block interact in wildly unpredictable ways. Every contest feels lively and gives you clear goals to train towards, and on top of that, there is a social town hub with NPCs where you can buy accessories, snacks and gadgets for your Bobos, send them to camp to learn playful behaviours, or simply stroll through the courtyard to interact with other breeders and to see how the calendar lines up, being a throwback in more ways than one, since I remember playing this kind of creature training games even on Flash portals back in the day and certainly has potential. This next title has been in development for a little while and has an updated release window of Q1 2026, so I thought I'll give Wish Upon a Llama a mention, a cozy animal-focused simulation RPG set in the colourful Llama town where you take on the role of a rancher dedicated to raising, breeding and caring for a wide variety of adorable creatures while building friendships and meaning in the community. You spend your time breeding llamas, bunnies, horses, capybaras and more, paying attention to inherited traits and patterns to discover over 50 special breeds as you mix genetics and personalities to grow your ranch family. As you explore the surrounding countryside, from forested areas to beaches and wide open fields, you can befriend wild animals, take your own animals out on walks, play mini-games together, and strengthen bonds with them through activities like fetch, gift giving and dancing, creating a lively, interactive world that feels personal and charming. In town, you interact with a diverse cast of characters, each with their own stories to uncover, quests to offer, and social depth and connection, inclusive of dateable characters and romance, where you can start your own family, raise children, send them to school, and watch them make friends, looking like an interesting take on the life sim title that is not crop farming focused. The pixel art looks adorable as well, although the inconsistency of the outlines does bother me, but putting that aside, does still look very pleasant. Collector's Cove is a 3D farming adventure game set not on a regular terrestrial farm, but on the open sea instead, where you captain your own ship, serving triple duty as a drifting farm, exploration vessel and personal home as you sail to uncharted waters in search of rare crops, fish and hidden treasures. Oh, and did I mention that you have a Nessie-like animal companion by your side? Strengthen your bond with her, customize her with accessories, unlock new interactions and grow together as you venture onwards. You can also cast lines into water to catch fish, and stop on land masses to harvest food or forage for materials, filling out your collector's compendium as you visit lands with unique climates and local flora. Exploration and discovery are at the heart of the experience because every new island you find offers different crops to grow, fish to reel in, and secrets tucked behind its shores, and filling out your compendium pushes you towards becoming a famed, named collector among your peers. You can craft useful tools and items to help with the journey, with this being a peaceful world with no enemies or hazards like storms, pirates or whirlpools, just you, your companion, and the wide open waters looking oh so charming. Hozy is a cozy renovation and cleanup simulation game where you return to your quiet, faded hometown and restore abandoned homes room by room, turning dusty, neglected spaces into warm, welcoming places through cleaning, painting and decorating. Use intuitive tools to scrub floors, wipe windows, paint walls, pick up trash and arrange furniture, enjoying satisfying feedback on every action as plants sway, lights shift and rooms visibly transform under your care. The gameplay loop isn't about scores or timer, it's about slowing down, finding your flow, and savouring small aha moments as you wipe away layer after layer of grime and uncover the hidden charm in each space you touch. You're free to choose wall colours, flooring, placement of lamps and decor without an overwhelming number of choices, while still allowing you to personalise each room's look and feel, looking like House Flipper meets unpacking, and does look very satisfying. TANUKI Pon's Summer is a laid-back, open-world life simulation adventure where you play as Pon, a lovable tanuki who is just a little bit lazy, working part-time at the post office as summer ticks down towards the annual Tanuki Festival, and the local shrine desperately needs repairs. Your days are spent hopping on your BMX to pick up and deliver letters and packages across 4 distinct towns inspired by real-world Japanese locales, having to manage how you load your bag, the order in which you tackle deliveries, and using the many fun shortcuts and ramps that litter the world. As you build relationships with the quirky people of each town, they'll invite you into all sorts of mini activities, from photographing landmarks and sumo wrestling to fish catching and cocktail pouring, that all reward you with items, cash and goodwill, giving you fresh ways to earn what you need to restore the shrine before summer ends. As you earn money and items, you can decorate and upgrade the shrine, while unlocking deeper quests and character interactions that reveal more about the towns, with secrets and hidden stories tucked into every corner. And come on, a tanuki postman on a bicycle as a concept alone is enough to get me interested in the game, even more so with its adorable look. I did manage to get hands-on with Woodo at a convention, and this game is as charming as it looks, where the art style really carries this 3D puzzle game. You are piecing together tiny wooden dioramas that slowly come to life as you slot objects into their correct place, filling scenes with colour and charm that feels like playing with a handcrafted wooden toy you never outgrew. Each puzzle is a peaceful little diorama which you can rotate, having to find and place the puzzle pieces onto the diorama, not really being mechanically complex, but my god, what a peaceful, wonderful little game this is. There's a narrative thread that connects the different puzzles, telling the story of Foxy, a city girl spending summer in the countryside and learning to reconnect with simple joys away from screens and noise, with a calming narrator as well. The game's mechanics are intentionally gentle and tactile, letting you explore at your own pace without timers or pressure, with every correct placement resulting in a satisfying click and playful animations, and simply oozes charm. Lou's Lagoon is an open-world adventure life sim where you take over your missing Uncle Lou's seaplane delivery business and explore the vibrant Limbo archipelago in search of answers while building a life among the islands. You start with an old seaplane and a trusty multi-purpose vacuum tool called the Swirler 2000, which you use to harvest resources like wood, stone and plants from beaches, jungles and hidden coves. Turn those materials into useful items, goods and crafting components that help you complete jobs and grow your business. As you explore the world, which is made up of distinct islands that each have their own atmosphere, hidden treasures and locals to meet, and flying from place to place lets you take part in challenges like ring courses, races, or simply taking the scenic route that adds variety to exploration and keeps travel itself engaging rather than just a chore. Upgrading your seaplane and tools allows you to reach farther shores, collect resources more quickly, and uncover more clues about Uncle Lou's mysterious disappearance as you go. The developer has strangely announced their next game, titled Verdant, during the Wholesome Snack Showcase, but that is not supposed to affect Lou's Lagoon, with 2 teams working in parallel, but I'm guessing that this will release first given that it was announced earlier. A title that has gone viral on social media is Loftier, a cozy multiplayer social adventure MMO set in a bright solar punk world where players work together to build a more sustainable, community-driven future across floating islands and shared villages. The game blends light-hearted farming, crafting, exploration and social systems so you can grow crops using renewable technologies like hydroponics, gather and repurpose materials into equipment and furniture, and decorate your own floating island while you form friendships and tackle group projects with others. As part of a shared online world, you'll contribute to community initiatives that change the environment and unlock new areas, explore diverse biomes with friends, and solve puzzles or participate in cooperative content that emphasizes teamwork over combat. You can customize your character's look, decorate your home or neighborhood with friends, adopt and outfit pets, and dive into activities like fishing, sustainable crafting, and gathering energy from wind, rain, or solar panels, having a strong environmentalist theme. Virality can be a blessing or a curse for games due to unmet expectations and the crowd that it attracts, so let's hope the developers will be able to live up to the hype. Crookwood is a relaxing town building and management simulator where you step into a lush forest world inhabited by tiny frogs and guide them as they build, grow, and thrive in their own charming community. In this creative sandbox, you design and place buildings, plan out town layouts, decorate environments, and oversee how the frogs gather resources and craft items, turning an ancient wild forest into a living, buzzing settlement. The economy revolves around the frog market, where goods crafted by villagers circulate and support growth, so you have to make meaningful decisions about how best to expand and balance production with aesthetics and comfort. Exploration matters as well, as the forest around you hides secrets, creatures, and new resources that reward curious players willing to wander beyond the borders of the settlement and does not seem to have any antagonistic forces, so this is not against the storm. The game does also come to us from the developers of the theme park tycoon game Pocket Act, which is excellent, so I have high expectations of this game. A very cozy 3D farming game is Everbloom, set in a whimsical world where you build and customize your own homestead, tend crops that can grow into surprising treats, befriend animals with unique personalities, and help a town track down its lost heirlooms to bring flavor back to the world. Plant the field, construct buildings, craft furniture, decorate gardens, customize interiors, and experiment with creative crop interactions like turning corn into popcorn or feeding unusual items to animals to get playful new produce. Beyond farming, you explore lush forests, hidden nooks, and a lively town full of colourful characters whose needs and stories gradually unfold as you complete quests, deliver goods, and participate in community events. There's also fishing, cooking, flower breeding, and romance, covering the bases for a game like this and does look pretty impressive. We finally got a release date announcement for Lost and Found Cove, and it's releasing soon in February, being a hidden object game where you join a magical startup dedicated to finding lost items for townspeople across countless whimsical locations, blending classic puzzle solving with light narrative and exploration. You step into the shoes of Ducky, a duckling transformed into a human by the dragon goddess May, and work at the company's office, handling requests from quirky characters who have misplaced everything from heirlooms to mysterious trinkets, using sharp observation and attention to detail to spot hidden items scattered across beautifully animated environments. Each level is packed with interactive objects and challenges that reward careful eyes and patience, having one of the most amazing art styles that I have seen. It is not too mechanically complex, but if you love Where's Wally, this will be a no-brainer and is one of my most anticipated titles. Speaking of most anticipated, Toem 2 is the follow-up to a beloved title, a photography adventure game that picks up a few years after the original, putting you back in the shoes of a curious photographer as you explore an expanded world full of hidden wonders, friendly NPCs, and clever visual puzzles that you solve by taking pictures and helping others along the way. You are now able to jump and climb, giving you new ways to explore the world, literally gaining new perspectives when it comes to taking photos, with the same kind of whimsy and charm of the original. And hey, more Toem is always welcome since the first game is great. Pow Pow is a quirky co-op restaurant simulation and sandbox adventure where you run your own eatery as a fluffy chef in a vibrant, semi-open world filled with colourful islands, bustling streets, quirky NPCs, and plenty of flavourful challenges. Think Overcooked, but with more permanence and open world, and you get the idea. You manage every part of the restaurant, from fishing for fresh ingredients and preparing dishes to serving customers when the restaurant is open. You can expand your kitchen into something more by adding greenhouses, aquariums, extra space, and upgrades that keep the business growing. Exploration plays just as much of a role as cooking, since you can explore the city, interact with NPCs, accept quests, collect rare items, or play minigames that boost your skills and reputation. You can also customize your character's appearance with different skins and hats, also having co-op support as most good restaurant management games should have, where the concept is certainly high potential. 4 Leaf Fields is a cozy farming sim where you have been shrunk to a size no bigger than a carrot, having to find your way in a whimsical world full of towering crops, friendly bugs, and everyday objects that suddenly become massive, from boots to teacups, as you farm, explore, and uncover mysteries. You plant, water, and harvest crops in the same way, but due to your new size, are effectively growing giant pumpkins and carrots in comparison, where the livestock here are not chickens or cows, but cute bugs instead, like moths, bees, butterflies, and ladybugs. As you walk the land and meet charming neighbours, a gossip system powers a unique progression tree that rewards listening to stories and connecting dots between villagers' secrets and the town's hidden history. You can spark social events, help lonely hearts find each other, raise the town rank to unlock new shops and upgrades, and explore the surrounding environments solo or in co-op. The pixel art is vibrant and on point, where I do love the colour selection in particular, where Honey, I Shrunk the Kids can be an interesting setup, so I have my eye on this. Outbound is a cozy open world exploration and crafting van life game where you begin with nothing more than a camper van and the freedom of the open road, having to find a way to build a sustainable life in a utopian near future world, scavenge materials, gather food, forage berries and mushrooms, craft tools, and build modular structures on and around your vehicle, turning it into a personalized home on wheels that reflects your style and needs as you explore diverse biomes at your own pace. There's no combat threats as you wander, but you do have to manage energy and food, with the variety of upgrades looking impressive, including a garden on the roof of your vehicle. It will also have co-op for up to 4 players, letting friends join you as you explore, build and craft together, discovering hidden secrets, scenic landscapes, and roam the open world. Looking very cozy indeed, and is one of the most wishlisted games on Steam right now. My Time at Evershine is the third entry in the My Time series, following My Time at Portia and My Time at Sandrock, both of which have been massive hits, so I only expect great things from this. Similarly, this is a sprawling 3D open-world life simulation RPG, and is set 3 years after the events of the first 2 games, having more realistic character proportions here rather than the more chibi look. Instead of starting as a humble builder, you take on the role of a governor of a fledgling settlement on the fringes of the Alliance of the Free Cities, tasked with recruiting settlers, building infrastructure, managing resources, and shaping the future of your town against the looming threats of the Duvos Empire and political tensions with neighbouring factions. Gameplay weaves together familiar, cozy life sim staples like gathering, crafting, farming, and relationship building with expanded RPG and city management layers, letting you customize layouts, upgrade structures, and decide how your town grows and thrives. You can meet and form meaningful bonds with a diverse cast of characters, including numerous romance options, while completing quests, exploring wild lands, and gradually unlocking new mechanics that deepen both the sandbox aspect and narrative stakes. Multiplayer is also more robust this time around, with support for 4-player co-op, so that you and your friends can build, explore, and tackle challenges together, and it's going to be a huge release. I'm not exactly holding my breath for this next game, but we did get a new trailer and a 2026 release window for Witchbrook this year, a very long in development title which has been hyped as the next big cozy game on the level of Stardew Valley, but the long dev cycle does concern me, so fingers crossed this is great. You play as a witch in training, studying at Witchbrook College in the seaside city of Mosspot, balancing magical studies with everyday life in a lively pixel art world. Your days are shaped by attending classes and learning spells, brewing potions, completing small quest objectives, and deciding how to spend your free time. Whether that means foraging in the nearby woods, fishing along the coast, or helping townsfolk with personal problems. Magic is woven into activities, so spells support exploration, crafting, and social interactions instead of casting fireballs at goblins. There is, of course, an extensive relationship system with romance options, with classmates and the town locals following their own schedules and having their own personalities. You can customize your character, decorate your home, and take part in seasonal events with absolutely gorgeous pixel art. So if it really releases in 2026, expect this to take over your news feed for quite a while. Watch this video for more upcoming games of 2026.